Okay, practice. So in the last session, okay, so we checked out how to making relationships in between tables. Okay, so that we discuss in this. And finally, after making relationships in between tables, so there are three rules that come into picture. So first rule we called as rule number one, insertion, rule number two, updation, and rule number three, okay, deletion. But the insertion rule, guys, here, we cannot change it here because no parent and no child, it was a fixed rule and we cannot change this rule, okay? But whereas come to the rule number two and the rule number three, so we have a chance to change because without addressing, we cannot update. It means that with addressing, we can update. And here also come to rule number three, without addressing, okay, we cannot delete, but with addressing, we can delete. Okay, now, so these are the two things. But the point is what now, guys, here, how we can go to address to child. Okay, how we can go to address your child. For this addressing purpose, we have some, okay, cascade rules are introduced here. Okay, so what it was saying here, to update and delete, okay, so data from a parent table, from a parent table, then we use the following cascade rules, following cascade, okay, rules. So here some cascade rules we have it here, guys, here. So those cascade rules we need to use to whenever you want to in update and delete. Okay, now. So the following cascade rules. Here few cascade rules are there. The first one is called as a on delete. Okay. So first one, on update cascade, and the second one we called as on delete cascade, and the third one is called as a on update set null, and the fourth one is called as an on delete set none. Okay, now, so these are the cascade rules we can go to use, guys, here. So to updating cascade, to deleting cascade, and updating set null and deleting set. Okay, so these are. So what these are telling us, means, here observe, on update cascade, okay, and this cascade rule, if I'm using in my making relationships, okay, whenever I want to use this cascade, okay, to making relationships, okay, what it will be happening, okay, once we update data in parent, okay, data in parent, then automatically child data is also updated. Okay, so this is what we called. So once you updated parent here, automatically child also updated. So in the same to same, guys, here on delete cascade. So what it was telling guys here, once we deleted, okay, data from parent, then automatically, okay, child data is also, okay, child data is also deleted. So these are the two, okay, on update cascade, on delete cascade. These are the rules of this cascade here. So once you update parent, automatically child is updated. Once you delete a parent, automatically child is also deleted. Okay, now? So that is what. Come out and see the next one. On update set null. This is what it was happen. Okay. Now here in this case, once we update data in the parent, then child data is not updated, but child data is, okay, convert into, okay, convert into null. So when you are here on update set null, that means when you updating data in the parent, the corresponding children's or child data, whatever it was there, the data is just converting as a null. Okay, but the child data will not deleted, but in place of deleted, the child data the reference column, whatever the foreign key column is there, that will be okay, converting as a null. Okay, now that's what. And the next one is called as a on delete set null. So on delete set null, okay, when you come back to this cascade rule, so what it was telling us means once we delete okay, data from a parent, child data is child data is convert into null. Okay, no? So these are what we called as guys cascade rules we called here. So any two pair you can use on your table. So now, okay, on update and on delete cascade. This is one pair of cascade. You can at a time you can use it. And next one on update set and on update set on delete set null. This is one pair you can go to use it. But one point should be remembered, guys, here. These all cascade rules are we can apply on your child table only. Okay, so we can't apply on parent table because the reason why, sir, we are applying this is on child table means the reason what I said, guys, here. So we need to address. So to whom you need to address, guys, here. So I want to address to my child, not parent. I want to address to my child, not parent. So that's why these cascade rules you can use on child table, and that too foreign key column only. Okay, so this note point should be remember all of you. So what is the note point here? These cascade, okay, rules are defined on child table. Okay, on child table. That too, which column, guys, here? Foreign key column 1. Okay, rules are defined on child table, and that too, which column? Foreign key column 1. Okay, now, and we all of you know now foreign key by default accepting what now? Duplicates and nulls. A foreign key by default accepting what now? Duplicates and nulls. So that's why it is allowed. Okay, so let me see. I will show you how it was going to be happen. Okay, and to apply here. Okay, right. In the last session, we created our the example we taken out. Okay, so DEPT1 and whatever it is, the same thing I have to take now. Okay, but now I'm just changing my table names. I'm changing here. Okay, now the table names I'm changing. So first I'm going to showing here. Okay, so implementing. Okay, what is this here? On update cascade and on delete cascade. Okay, so one example I'm showing on this combination of this, and one more example with the other combination. So guys, here DEPT number 2 as usual, and I'm sending some information DEPT 2. Next year, this is one table we need to define, guys. So I'm going to define now. So create table number, and we are inserting this one. Okay, just come back here and see. So I'm executing this table now. So the table successfully created. So I need to open one more. Now you can see. So after table design is over, same as it is, I'm inserting few reports into this table. The few reports I'm inserting into this table. So let me come out and see to execution here. The two rows are successfully redesigned. And then come to next child table. These are very important to see the child table. So in child table, okay, create table, the table number I want to change EMP2. So ID unique, not null, and e name. Okay, and my common column That was department number, integer, and foreign key references. And now this time I will take department number 2 and of same column. But here on this foreign key column, this is my foreign key column, right? On this foreign key column, I need to apply rules here. That is called a on update cascade as well as on delete cascade. So these are the two rules we are going to be apply on this column. And let me take the complete the query. I will take it here and see this. Okay, so now I'm just going to add this, and now I can come back here. EMP number 2 table is already there. So now I want to delete some tables here. Okay, fine. And now I want to execute. So after execution was done, guys, here, let me come and I want to insert some, okay, the data into this table. Okay, fine. So let me see, I'm going to take this all. And now I want to insert here. Okay, so these three will be accepted, nothing problem. The three rows are accepted here. Okay, fine. And after that, come back here. Then as usual, when you inserted this one, okay, so unreferenced value, what it was happening, you can see. So finally, the three, okay, the cascade rules we applied on DEPT number 2 and also the select star from EMP number 2. So now I want to check these two tables. Okay, fine. And now department number, say parent information and child information, we have it here. Okay, fine. After that, what I want to do, guys, here, now you need to apply your, whatever the three rules are there, the rule number 1 and 2 and 3. These all three rules, as usual, you want to check out, guys. So now I'm going to testing my rules. So rule number 1, it's called an insertion rule. When you try to insert your child table information, and I'm sending 30. So we all of you know this, guys, here, this 30th record is not allowed into child table because of reason the parent was not there here. Okay, so parent was not there. So it was as usual, it was showing error. So there is nothing problem. And let me come out and see your tables not inserted here. So this is satisfied this way. And come back to the rule number 2. Previously, when I tried this rule number 2 on my parent table DEPT number 2, okay, set, and DEPT number is equals to 11, and where DEPT number is equals to 10. But in the last session, the same thing we did here, but what it was happened, this was not allowed. But now what it was happened, you can see, I'm going to allow. So one row is affected here. So that means it is allowed now. But after doing this update operation on the parent, then what the cascade rule it was telling guys here. So once you updated your parent information, the corresponding child is also updated. Can you see guys here? The parent, once I updated, automatically the corresponding children's is also updated. Okay, now? So that is called as an on update cascade rule nature. The rule of on update cascade is what now? Once you update parent, automatically child also updated. Okay, that is what. And come back to the rule number 3. What is our rule number 3 means? Okay, we need to go for deletion. So delete EMP DP number 3 and where department number is equals to 20. But when you come back and see guys here in the DPT table, sorry, DPT2 now, in the DPT2 table, okay, so department number 20 was there here, accounting. But this 20th parent is having one children in my child table, then what it was happened when I want to execute this. So one row is affected here, and let me come back and see and check out here. So the parent is deleted along with parent, the child also deleted. So the point understand guys? Okay, now? Fine. So your parent is deleted along with child also deleted. So this is what we called as, guys, here on update and on cascades implementation. So these two rules, whenever you want to implement it to cascade rules, then this is what it was going to be happen. Okay, fine. And the next one is same as these are the testing of the three rules after applying your cascade rules. Okay, right. So this is what now on update cascade and on delete cascade. In the same to same, guys, here, the next I want to implement now. Okay, so on update set null and on delete set null rules. Now these rules you need to apply. Okay, so let me come and see. Okay, so I come back here. So just I'm going to changing my table name, department number 3 and department number 3. So now department number 3 first I inserted, successfully done, and some data I already insert here. That's fine. And come to child table. So EMP number 3 and taking references from DEPT number 3 and here on delete set null and here on delete, okay, on update set null and on delete set null. Okay, so now I'm just come out and to executing now. So the child is also created successfully. And after that, as usual, your child information, you have to insert some information into child. So now I just go. So I inserted here. Okay, now fine. The three rows are successfully inserted here. And let me come and see your department number 3 and department number EMP number 3, the parent and the child. Okay, again same as this. But now this time we are applied here on delete cascade set null and on delete set null we applied here. So on update set null and on delete set null we applied here. So that was happened. After happening here, let me come out and testing your rules as usual. The first rule, I want to insert my unreferenced values into EMP number 3. This rule is not accepted. Okay, so because parent data was not there. And come to the second rule, DPT number 3. Okay, and now I try to change here. So department number 10 as 11. Okay, but come to before. So see your parent and child tables and let you come. And I'm going to update it here in my department number 3. Then what it was happened, okay, so the updation was done, but let me come out and see your, so 10 to 11 it was updated, but the corresponding children's are not deleted here, but in place of that value, what it was taken by default means nulls. Okay, now this is what it was happening. In the same to same, if you want to come back to the deletion, okay, and now I need to delete this, the 20th record, then parent is deleted now successfully, but the parent related child will not be deleted. The child data, okay, the child, see, parent is deleted, but child data still it was having. The child data still it was having here. So in this way, your on delete set null and on update set nulls. These are the two rules we can go to apply on your table relationships. Okay, now right. So this is what we called as the cascade rules advantage. So that means before cascade rules, suppose without cascade rules, if you created the relationships in between the tables, then there are three rules come into picture. Okay, first rule is we cannot insert data into child table. Those data is not existing under parent. Second rule is we cannot update, and third rule is we cannot delete. Okay, parents data once the parent is having children's in your child table. So whenever you want to do insert, updation and deletion, when you want to perform, compulsory cascade rules are we should use it. Okay, and different rules are there as your requirement basis. Okay, you can use your cascade. Suppose you want to delete update, suppose you want to update parent and child, then you can use the on update cascades. Once you delete parent and child automatically, then on delete cascade. So you need to update only parent but not child, then use a set null. And you need to delete parent, only parent, but not child, then use to set null. Okay, now? So this is the rules which was going to be applying on your relationships. Okay, now? Fine. So these are what we called as guys here, how the relationships are we are making. But now you can observe this all whatever we discussed as of now, this all constants we applied along with the table creation we applied guys. So when you created your table, so along with the table creations we applied. For example, if I want to apply these constants on your existing table, then how I can insert it here? So how I can apply here on my existing table, okay, on my existing table structure, do you want to add your constants, then how we can add it? Okay, let me see. Okay, we will check out here how to add or define, okay, constraint to an existing table. Okay, so now in this case, we are not going to be apply your constants along with table creation. So we applied or we defined constants on existing table. So first we are creating table without having any constraints, just a normal table I'm creating. And after that, how I need to add these, okay, constants on that particular table. Okay, now, so here the formula you should be remember guys here, the syntax. And now, what is my formula in this case? Means alter table, table name. So add. So what we need to add here, I'm going to adding here constraint. So constraint is a predefined key. Okay. And after that, you should give it your constraint key name I want to give it as. So constant key name I want to give. And after that, I need to enter the constant type. Okay. And this constant are you applied on which column? The column name you can apply. So this is a syntax in SQL Server. Okay, the how to add your constant on existing table columns. Okay, right. Here, what is constant key? So what is a constant key means? Can you remember in the previous also when you applying your constants? Okay, for example, the test one table, if you see, when you applied your constants on this, the keys are generated. Can you know that now? Are you remember, guys? Yes. So whenever you want to apply your constants on particular columns, and each constant wise some ID number is generated. This is called a constant key identity number we call it. Okay. So, but this number is, and this name and this number is going to be created by automatically your system. The system defined constant key names we call. The same as whenever user is added your constants on particular column, then I should give some constant key name. And this is user defined. So user wish, you can give some name for your constant key identity purpose. Okay, now, right. So that is a syntax here. And which constant is a type and column. Okay, let me see. For example, suppose come to my table guys here. So first of all, I'm creating a normal table. The table name is called as parent. Okay, it was taking EID, and now I will take it ename. So varchar of some size, and I will take salary, and it was money, and I will take age, some year. So this is what we can say, guys. Here, one table I'm going to create it, but can you see on this table creation, I'm not using any constant here. So let me come back and see. Once I just refresh now, okay, and we just go for your parent table. So the table name is parent. I just expand this parent table and take it out to your columns. And by default, every column is accepting nulls. Okay, all columns are accepting nulls. And on this table, there is a no keys and there is a no constraint. Okay, so that means on this table, I'm not using any constant here. Okay, just a normal table we design. So now we can check out, guys, here. After created your table, suppose on that table columns, here how many columns we designed here means 4 columns we designed. So on these columns, suppose you need to apply your constraints as your based on your requirement basis. So the which constant you need to apply on particular column. Okay, so that you have to decide based on your requirement and you can add it. But how we can add it, like you can see now. So now I'm going to taking here the one by one constants I need to add. For example, I want to add my primary key constant on my EID column. Okay, okay, then how we can use it? That means alter table and my table name is parent. Add. The constant is called as a predefined statement. Okay, right. So now I'm going to taking alter table name is parent. Okay, now, so add constant and later what I said, yeah, the constant is a predefined statement and after the constant key name, compulsory we should give it. Without key name, I can't apply my constant here. And the type of constant on which column you want to apply, the column name you can give it now. So for example, the constant key name is my understandable, so primary key underscore EID. So it is a user understandable format. You can go to give your own names on this okay constant key name. Okay now. So as your wish, XYZ, ABC, any name you can give it. But better to take in this way because when users can see, the user can see, any user can see, the users can easily identify here. So are you applied a primary key constant on EID column? Okay. So if you want to go for, so you can predict like this, then anybody can understand that on this column, which type of constant you applied. Okay, now, so that kind of way you can go to define your constant key name. Okay, and now after that, I need to apply your constant type. So primary key of this is I'm going to apply on EID column. So my constant type here, as per my syntax, the type of constant, the which constant you need to apply, the type of constant on which column, the column. I just give it here, my type of constant primary key on EID. But guys, here very important point in SQL Server. So whenever you need to add your primary key on EID column, before you want to add this primary key, so first you have to go and check your EID column is having here by default what now nulls. Okay now. So now you can see in this structure of my table. So EID column is accepting null. Yes or no? Yes, by default, it is accepting null. But can you tell me, guys, your primary key is allowed null or not? Primary key is allowed null or not? Not. It is not allowed. Then what it was happened? It was, you can see what it was happened to add this one. It was showing here the cannot define primary key constant on nullable column in the table parent. So when your column is a nullable, on nullable column, you can't apply your primary key because of reason the primary key is not allowed nulls. So we can't go for to directly apply your primary key on my particular column. Then what we want to do, sir? So to apply primary key or to add my primary key on my column. So first of all, on which column are you applied here? This column, you should make it a not null. You should make it a not null. Then how to make it a null to not null? Then how to make it a null to not null? So let me see. The syntax here, I will give it here. So how to make, okay, how to make, okay, null to, okay, not null. Null to not null. So here, so whenever you want to make null to not null, so then you have a syntax here, and this syntax should be remembered, and another formula we are using guys here. So my formula is what? So alter, so table name, and here I'm going to using guys here alter table name and alter. So column is a predefined statement, and which column you want data, the column name. Okay, and this column is which data type. The data type, suppose it is a character compulsory that was having size. And then finally you have to make it so not null. Okay, now so by using of this syntax, you just go to convert null to not null. Okay, when your column by default null, so that you have to make it not null, then you have to use this not null option. Okay, so now based on the syntax I have to do now. So let me come back and see. Okay, the first I have to do, so alter table, and the table name is parent, and alter. Okay, column is a predefined statement. Which column EID type is what? Integer, and I just made it a not null. So this is not null constant we applied on your existing table columns, and this is your syntax, and to execute it now. The command completed successfully, guys, here. After that, you just come back to your columns and refresh now, and see your EID column is converting as a not null now. Yes, it was converting as a not null. So after converting, suppose you people are asking, sir, if I'm just going to convert, okay, null to not null, so I'm using this syntax. Okay, I'm using this syntax. That's fine. But what about your, okay, not null to null? So even though the same syntax, guys, here. So here, if you want it not null, then you can use not null. If you want to null, you can use a null. For example, again, I just made it this not null column. Again, I want to make it a null. Then what I want to do is I just pass it here null and execute now. So when executed, command is completed successful. And to refresh your columns again and see your, again, you got it null now. Yes or no, guys? Again, you got it null. Okay, so this is what the way. So how to make it null to not null, and how to make it not null to null. So syntax is same, but the constant you will be used like this. So this is making of not null. And if you want to make it null again, then you have to use the syntax. But here in place of not null, you have to use a null. Okay, now? So this is the syntax to making null to not null, and also not null to null. So null to not null, and also not null to what? Null. Okay, now the both the way you can go to use this syntax. So first null to not null, and not null to null. Okay, now right. So this is what it was, guys. Okay, finally. So finally come back and make it your column should be not null. So my column successfully I made it not null here, successfully be done. After that, then you can apply your primary key. So I just go to apply primary key. So now your primary key is accepted. And primary key is allowed or not, are accepted or not. Suppose you have a doubt, then you just come to refresh your columns and see your primary key symbol, you got it now. And it was showing PK. Okay, it was showing PK, and key symbol is also there. But this primary key, whatever you applied here, and what is your constant key identity name is PK underscore EID. So now you just come out and keys folder to refresh here and open your keys folder. Now you can see PK underscore identity. Got it up? Yes or no, guys? You got it or not? Yes. So this is the key identity name, how it was. So successfully we applied primary key constant on your table column. Okay. The same as this, the remaining constants also I want to apply. For example, so the next constant I'm going to apply here. Alter table, my table name is parent, and I'm going to add constant. And now my constant is UQ, unique constant, and my ename column I'm applying here, and my constant is unique and ename. So now I'm going to execute this one again, and what it was happening, you can see. So I executed here. So command completed successful, and a refresh now, your unique constant is also successfully added. After adding this, next, suppose you need to add. So alter table, the table name is parent. Okay, add. Now the constant. Okay, so my constant CHK underscore sal, and my check constant of salary. Okay, salary is greater than or equals to 5,000 rupees. I was given now. So when you need to add your check constant on particular column of table, then you have to go and execute now. Then check constant is also successfully. But what I said, guys, your check constant is called as a conditional constant, because along with check constant, we are passing some conditional value. So that's why it is called a conditional constant. And this constant will be stored under constant folder. And you just go to open your constant and see CHK underscore salary, whatever the name I was given here. Okay, now, so the check constant is going to be added. So now, up to now, how many constants we added here? So not null and primary key and unique and check. There are we applied. So including not null, primary key, unique and check. Okay now? So this is what it was happening. And the next one is called as a, suppose I need to add my foreign key constant. Then how we can add it here? Okay. Now the foreign key, and these all examples. First I want to take it here. Okay, fine. And come back and see your foreign key how to add. Now, so now foreign key how to add. But whenever you want to add foreign key, the syntax will be different, guys. So syntax to add. Okay, so foreign key references to an existing table column. Suppose you need to add foreign key references to an existing column here. Then what is the syntax here? Observe. The first syntax will be observed carefully. So same here also. So I'm using alter command. So alter table and pass your table name and use add, and I need to add constant. And after that, I need to pass your constant key name. Okay, now as usual. And after key name is added, guys, here, then after what we want to do, which constant you are applied. So the constant name. So which constant I'm applying, guys, here? Foreign key constant. So foreign key constant are you applied on which column? So here I have to say common column, okay, in or common column of a child table. Okay, now this is what. And after that, we are taking references. Okay, we are taking references. And we are taking references from which table, guys, here? Parent table. So I want to give parent table of. In the parent table, common column, okay, of your parent. So parent table. Okay, this is up to here. So additionally, you need to apply. Okay, additionally, you need to apply some on delete cascade. These things you can apply like this. On update cascade. Okay, otherwise on delete cascade. Okay, or else on update set null. Okay, space on delete set null. So in this two combination of cascades, anyone you can use it, either on update cascade with a pair of on delete cascade, or else on update set null with the pair of on delete set null. Okay, now. So this is your syntax to how to add your existing table, okay, foreign key. Let me come out and see, guys, here. So now I just come back here. The first of all, as usual, I'm going to creating one table. The table name is called as a child. In the child, I will take a department name and varchar of some size. And which column I have to take a common column means in my parent table, can you see? In my parent table, which column is a primary key column here? Okay, EID column. So EID column is my primary key. So that is my reference column here. And now I want to take that column name and the integer. That's it. And now I'm just going to executing this one and see my table is successfully created. Let me come back and see your child table. To refresh and check out child and open child, and there is a no constants keys and no constants. Okay, nothing was there in this. So now I need to apply my common column EID. On this EID, I need to apply my foreign key now. So if I want to apply foreign key, then you have to use alter table. The table name is child and add. So what we need to add here, constant and constant key name. I'm giving here FK underscore EID. And after that, I will be pass it here. The foreign key of common column of child table EID. And we are taking references. We're taking references from the parent table name, parent of EID. Okay. And now you need to add your cascades. You can add your cascades like this. Okay, now, right. So now two cascades I was given here, and to select this entire the query to execute. So now successfully done. And later after that, you have to refresh here and see on EID column. So we have a F key, and you know that foreign key is allowed nulls by default. So that's why it is not showing any. It was showing null, but it no need to change anything. And the key, if I want to come back refresh keys, then my key name is fk underscore ei. So now the total 5 constants as of now what we discussed, all are we applied on your existing table. But after applying guys here, suppose you need to testing now. So whether these all are going to be working or not. Okay. So now I need to test now. Suppose guys here, there are 2 tables. Okay. My first table is parent and my second table is called as a child. So the 2 tables I'm going to execute it here, but there is no information of 2 tables here. So nothing was there. And let me see if I'm going to try to testing this of operations one by one. So insert, okay, I want to send my parent and what we want to send is like values. For example, ID number 1 and some name. And your salary was I'm giving here, for example, 8,000 rupees and some age 21. So now we can see this is my first record. It is all are accepted because all are satisfied here. So that's why in my parent table, you can see data successfully accepted. But in the next level, guys, here, let me see and execute. Suppose if I'm giving here 1 only and my employee name I'm changing as a B and salary was changing here 7,000 and age was 22. So when I'm going to executing here, what it was happen, already employee ID number 1 already existing here. And this ID already which type of column here, this is already primary key column. So that's why what it was happened, the duplicate data is accepted here. No, it is not accepted. If I try to execute it now, it was giving error. And in this error, can you see guys here, the violation of primary key constant, can you see whatever the user defined key identity I was given pk underscore eid. So that was showing now. Yes or no, guys? Yeah, that was showing. And what it was saying, guys, here, you cannot insert a duplicate key in the table parent. The duplicate key value is 1. So it is not possible. In the same to same, when I'm using null. Okay, and already EID column is converting as a not null. So null is also not allowed. So that means your primary key and the nulls are successfully accepted here. Okay, but in the next level, the name is there. Suppose I just come out and see. So name already A, but on the name column also, we applied your constant. Okay, on the name column also, we applied here constant. Okay, so which constant we applied on the name? Unique constant. So unique constant is also not accepting the duplicate value. Suppose if I'm giving A and to execute it now the problem is unique constant. Now it was firing your unique constant UK underscore E name. It was firing your unique constant UK underscore E name. Okay, so that was happening. So unique constant is okay working here. So then I give it B. And your salary, I was given the more than 5,000 or equals to. For example, if I was sending here the 4,000 rupees, if I'm sending now and to executing here, what it was happen, it is also not allowed. Now the check constant is violated, CHK underscore sal. So now we can't. So now I want to give it 5,000 and all are satisfied, then data is successfully allowed. So finally, when come back to your parent table, there are 2 records I inserted into parent. So that was successfully allowed here. So whereas come to the children. So now I want to send insert into child. Okay, and sending values guys here. So department name in the first column, D1, and now EID 1. So can you tell me guys here, the EID 1, can I insert into child table now? Can I insert the child table now? Come on, guys. Can I insert the child table now? Yes, we can insert because EID reference 1 is there already into primary key. So it will be accepted here. So whenever I want to send this and executing here, okay, what it was happened, 1 row is accepted now. So in the same to same pattern, let me come out the some more examples. Okay, now. So next, okay, department number 2, and I'm giving year 1 and year allowed now. Okay, because 1 is allowed here. If I'm giving here the next level, okay, the department number, okay, 2, and my ID, ID, okay, number 2. So now the 2 is also accepted because 2 is there in the parent table. Okay, fine. And the next one is called as guys here, the number 3, the department number 3, and I'm giving here, for example, 3. And let me see what happened. It is not allowed because of reason the primary key is not having 3. So your foreign key is violated here. Okay, and now you can come back and see your child table and parent table, the both you can check out. See, 1 is accepted and 2 is accepted, but 3 is not accepted here. Okay, because 3 is unreferenced values and that value is not there in the parent table. Okay, fine. It was going to be happen now. So later on this relationship, I'm applying here what now? On update cascade and on delete cascade. So on update cascade, on delete cascade, what it was tell us? Come on, guys. What it was tell us? It was telling us, okay, once you delete a parent, child also deleted. Once you update parent, child also updated. Okay, let me do that. Okay, let me do that. Okay, so update my parent set. Okay, and EID is equals to 11, and where, okay, EID is equals to 1. So now we can see I'm just going to updating my parent. So successfully done. But what happening for child also you can see. The parent 11 is updated and child also 11 is updated successfully. Okay, that's what. And come back to next one is called as a deletion. So delete from parent and where, so EID is equals to 2. If I want to execute this one, it is also accepting and one row deleted, and let you come back and see your parent and child. So the 11 and 11 is there, but second employee data is going to be deleted. Okay, so this is complete examples of guys here. So adding of your, okay, how to add your constants on your existing table. Okay, now understand now? Come on, guys. Okay, so the total, the 5 constants we added on your existing table. So this is how to add it. Okay, we discuss. In the same to same, the next will be come to you. So how you are added here, and same as this, I need to drop also. I need to drop also. So how to add here I said, and same as how to drop. Okay, constant from an existing table. From an existing table. Okay, so dropping here. So alter table name, and here I'm using my drop keyword. Okay, drop constant and constant key name is enough here. So just a key name. So whatever the key names you given here, based on the key names, I can drop my constant from my table. Okay, now, right. But this is the syntax, guys, here, how we can drop it. But whenever you want to drop this constraint, okay, let me see one by one, we can check it out. Okay, the first one. So we all of you know in the 2 tables, we have a child information as well as the parent information is there. Where is your parent information? Okay, and suppose let me come out and see. We have here one of your sp underscore help. Okay, help. Suppose you want to send your parent table. Okay, now so this is already you remember. So whenever you want to see the structure of the table, so we are using this predefined stored procedure. So sp underscore help. Already we discussed in the early classes, and now I'm executing now. So let me come and see what it was showing in this structure. Okay, carefully observe. So this is my parent table, the Warner user defined table, so and so date and time, and these are the columns. So whatever the data types we applied. Okay, now so here int is a not a nullable, so it is a change as a not null, so it is no nullable. Remaining columns are SSS. So no identity here, no, but come to your the keys and whatever we applied, observe. So primary key we applied. Okay, this is my constant name also. Okay, pk underscore eid. And what is this clustered unique primary key? This okay, clustered and non-clustered we will discuss in the coming concept. Okay, so don't worry. And this pk underscore eid I was applied on which column? Eid column. Unique constant I was applied on ename column. Yes or no? And after that, we have your constant types here. Okay, like a check constant, your peak ID clustered, UQ. Okay, so now these are all you can see it here. So now if you want to see the check constant, can you see guys here? the check constant name chk and underscore sal, and this condition. Okay, so are you, what condition was given? So what is your conditional value? Okay, I was given guys here my check constant true. What I was given guys here, the check constant true. So this is my condition now. Yes or no? Come on. Yes or no, guys? Yeah. So now it will be clearly showing us. So primary key EID constant name. So EID column and unique constant, and this was applied on ename column, and check constant. Okay, I was check constant. I was applied on a column of salary. So now I was taking here the check constant value also. Okay now, and now here one more thing is what this table. This table means what now? Which table, guys? Here this is. Come on, this is which table? This is which table? Parent table. So this parent table is having relationship or not? This parent table is having relationship or not? Then you can see table is referenced by foreign key. So what is the foreign key child table here? MyDB 6pm.dbo.child of which column? FK underscore EID. So that means on this table, relation is there or not there? Yeah, the relation is there. And the relation is there, okay. But this table is having relationship with which table? With which table? With the child table. In which database? In which database? In which database? MyDB 6pm. So it's clearly telling that this table is having relationship with the child table, and the child table is one of the table of MyDB 6pm database. Okay, this is the information you can see. Okay, when you have to go for sp underscore helper. Okay, the predefined stored procedure. Okay, now right. So even though one more, okay, we have here that is called a sp underscore help constant, and my table is what now? Parent. So sp underscore help constant. This is also called a predefined stored procedure. It is also one of the predefined stored procedure. So with the help of the stored procedure, and this is my table name, I can see my all constants information here. Let me see, it's clearly showing us again. So in this, what it was showing, sir, means only constants information. It was showing only constants information, okay? But it was showing entire structure, your column, data type, size, okay, all are, see, the differences understand. sp underscore help own complete structure, your columns, column data types, sizes, byte, memories, all are showing. But sp underscore help constant, that is only constants information is showing. Only constant information. What is my table name? Parent. So these are the constant types I was given now. Check the primary key unique. So these are the my user defined constant key names. Okay. And let you see in this, so here all the details. So that means you can, even though if you want to see only constants information, you don't want it remaining things, then you can use a help constant also. Okay. See this and this, the difference carefully observe. sp underscore help, if I executed, what happened? I will got it column names, identity information, okay, now row grid information, all are I'm getting now. Okay, in a helper. But if I executed, okay, if I executed help constant, only the constant information only I got it. My point is understanding all of you. Only I checked out what? Constant informations. Only I checked out what? Constants information here. Okay, but both, okay, you can use, when you see your all constants details, okay, you can use the both. Okay, either you can use help underscore constant, it's only constants information. If you use sp underscore helper along with constant, your structure information also showing us. So these are the two predefined stored procedures you can use whenever you want to view the constants details. Okay, now fine. So now it's a clear information. We got it here, complete information. We can check it out. Okay, but later on, guys, here I said, so how we want to drop a constant from your existing table. Okay, now so this is the next topic here. And this topic we will see in tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow we will check it out, this topic. And tomorrow maximum your constants will be closed. Maybe I will be completed your constant topic. Okay, now fine. So thank you guys. Thank you so much.